What's up, guys? So today I want to cover my top 3 mobility movements that I typically do before each workout, just to kind of loosen up my hips, loosen up my lower body as well before I go into a dynamic movement. So I'm going to start with a 90-90. So I'm going to get down on my mat here, and it's exactly what I just said that it is. We're going to have our front leg at a 90-degree angle and our back leg at a 90-degree angle. So I typically try and make sure that my knee is lined up with my hip here as well. So now I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to put it on the ground right beside me and sit straight up right here, okay? So once I get in this position here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to lean forward and I'm going to press this right knee into the floor, and I'm going to lean forward as deep as I can go. And I'm going to hold for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back up to the top. So I'm going to do that 5 times and hold for 5 seconds on each leg. So for the other leg, you just switch this around. Of course, left leg in front of you here, right leg behind you here. Left hand on the ground, sitting up straight, lean forward and pressing this knee into the floor. Hold for 5 seconds. So I'm going to do that 5 times and hold for 5 seconds on each side. All right, so my next one is an instep lunge with rotation. So you can either do this across the floor or you can do it in place, either one. I typically prefer to do it in place. So what I'll do, let's just start with my right leg forward here. I'm going to come down into a lunge position. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to put that beside my right foot, and I'm going to start facing the floor, and I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to rotate it up towards the ceiling and stretch, come back down, bring my hand back to the start position, come back up to the top and rotate at my hips here. So I'm typically going to do that 8 to 10 times on each side. And so my third movement is called a stick mobility slap shot. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a broomstick here today. You could use a piece of PVC pipe, whatever you do have. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to let it rest on the top portion of my back right here. And so I'm going to take my feet, we'll get a little wider than shoulder width apart right here. And so I'm going to take my tailbone back. So my chest is towards the floor with my tailbone back. I'll show you here from the side. So feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, tailbone back, chest towards the floor. And so all I'm going to do with this, once I get into position, is I'm going to take my right arm down to my left leg, and then my left arm down to my right leg, like this right here. All right, just like that. So I'll typically do 12 to 15 on each side, depending on how you feel, and how it feels for you. But really slow that down and focus more on the movement than anything else. And that's my top 3 movements I'll do before I lift.